Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about a little ColourPop collection that actually came out last week. I'm just a little bit behind on my ColourPop releases. This is a smoothie themed collection. It's really bright, colorful, very springtime, going into summertime type of colors. I've been craving some more color, especially since the Rock Candy palette came out. I've been waiting for them to put the color back in ColourPop. We're definitely getting more color with this one. All of these products are currently available on the site. And if you decide to pick anything up, you can use my affiliate code. It's just Amanda, my first name, and that will save you 10% on almost everything on the ColourPop site. That is an affiliate code, just FYI, so we're all on the same page here. I definitely appreciate everybody who does choose to support the channel that way. It does make a big difference, so I really appreciate it. Now, we have a lot of pieces to get into. So let's start with these two LIPPIE scrubs. These are priced at $8 a piece. Here's a close-up look at the two LIPPIE scrubs. We have Coco Loco, which of course is a coconut scented, and By the Bushel, which is a strawberry scented lip scrub. Most of the cute packaging is just on the outer box, although we do have some little color coordinating labels on top, but for the most part, all of the cutesy fun stuff is on the box. These come in a frosted glass container with a screw top lid and little color coordinating stickers on the bottom to let you know which flavor is which. And not much else to say. These do have a slightly little gritty texture like a LIPPIE scrub should. And that's about all I have for you on these. There are 4 Luxe lip oils. These are also priced at $8 a piece, and I'm not going to lip swatch all of these. As you'll see from the swatches on my arm, these all end up looking pretty darn similar once they're applied. Not exactly the same, but similar enough that I don't think lip swatches are really adding much to the conversation. These Luxe lip oils are all re-promotes, so none of these are new shades, but they do have new packaging for the smoothie collection. So Playa Vista, the nudie kind of terracotta shade, was from the Wild Nothing collection, and then the 2 bright ones in the middle, Hot Spark and Cosmic Click, were both in the little neon collection that came out. It was mostly neutral, and then it had like 1 pop of neon in the middle of a 5-pan. I'm sure everybody remembers that one. And then the gloss Hey, the berry one on the very end, that one was in the Romance Holiday collection, the one that had Ménage à Moi in the Boudoir Noir palettes. Otherwise, same overall packaging style, same flexible flat doe foot applicator, same very strong scent. These have like a black licorice scent to them, which I personally don't prefer, but all around formula, all of that stuff is exactly the same as all of the other Luxe lip oils, so no smoothie scents here. We have 2 pressed powder blushes. These are priced at $10 US a piece. These blushes have the cutest packaging of this entire collection. I just really like this whole aesthetic. I think it makes sense within the context of this theme. It makes sense with the shades of the actual blushes. I just really like it. Overall, I find it visually pleasing. Just cute enough to be cutesy, but not so cartoony and over the top that it feels too immature, at least to me. I mean, I like cutesy stuff, so I guess that's just one girl's opinion. These blushes come in a heavy-duty cardboard packaging with a magnetic closure. There is no mirror inside these compacts. Both of these blushes are completely matte finish. There is no sparkle, there is no shimmer, there is no little micro glitters, just straight up matte blushes. I really like the 2 colors that they chose in here. I think that these 2 colors will cover a lot of people regardless of what your style or your skin tone is. I do think there's going to be something for everybody here, and these are nice and buildable too, so You can layer them up for more of a dramatic color, or you can wear them more sheared out like I'm going to. You'll get to see one of these blushes in action later. Lastly, we have 5 eyeshadow palettes. These are the mini quads, and they are also priced at $10 a piece. Let's start with the neutral quad first. This is the Feelin' Coconutty quad. These are in the same style of packaging as all of the other little plastic 4 pans have been, which means that the pans don't come out. These are glued into the plastic packaging, and each one of these has a different combination of finishes. None of them have pressed glitters. This one has 1 true matte, 1 regular shimmer, and then 2 mattes that have some glitter or sparkle in them. As we go through, you'll see the finger and brush swatches. Just like this, finger swatches are on top, brush swatches are below. And then I'm just going to do 2 different comparisons for each palette because we have so many palettes in this collection. I didn't want to completely skip over the comparisons because I know those have been really helpful for a lot of you, but I didn't want to overload myself with too many comparisons and then never actually be able to get this video finished. And you know, I like my arm skin to stay intact too. So for each one of these quads, I'll do a 9 pan and a mega palette comparison. And then maybe we'll do some comparison requests over on my Instagram stories later on if that's something you are interested in. Now we're going to look at the Star Fruity palette. This is the air quotes green palette. It's really half green, half neutral. I wish that this was a kiwi palette instead because Starfruit is actually yellow when it's ripe, so this just seems a little bit odd to me. It would make so much more sense as a kiwi palette, but I don't know, maybe that's just splitting hairs at this point. This palette has 1 shimmer, 2 true mattes on the bottom, and then 1 shimmer with a lot of glitter in it. The first 2 palettes that we looked at, so this one and the coconutty one, don't have any eye safety warnings, but the next 3 will have some pigment warnings, so I'll point those out as we go along. But if you're looking for strictly eye safe palettes, this one or the coconut one are definitely the ones that you should look into more. Now we're going to look at a comparison with the Child palette. I'm sure there are a million other green palettes that I could have pulled at least to compare to the 2 green shades in here, but this is by far the best match in my opinion. However, I was a little bit surprised when I did my mega palette comparison with the So Jaded palette that we got some pretty close matches in this one as well. These aren't quite as perfectly duped as the Child palette swatches, but definitely still going to give you the same look overall if you have that So Jaded palette. Now we're going to move on to the orange palette. This is On the Mango. The 2 bright orange mattes in this one do have that little pigment warning. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll link a video below where I go more in depth about what these eye safety warnings mean, how to patch test, and all of that fun stuff. But these are clearly marked here that Orchard and Sweet Nectar are pressed pigments. This palette has 3 true mattes and then just 1 shimmer. There are no mattes with glitter in this one. And just as a heads up before we get to the comparisons for the 3 brighter palettes that we're looking at now, I did do the mega palette comparisons a little bit different, so we're going to save that all until the end of this round of swatches. So next up, you're just going to see 1 9-pan palette comparison for each one of these brighter quads. I don't know if I'm talking in circles. Hopefully that made at least a little bit of sense, but all shall be revealed soon. The Orange You Glad palette is almost a perfect match for this one. All of the mattes are pretty much the same. It's just that lighter shimmer that's a little bit off base. I did find that to be the case for all of these quads, that there was a 9-pan that was exactly the same or almost exactly the same. Now, I realize not everybody has every single palette, so maybe if you were looking for a more pared down version of some of these color schemes, this might be the exact perfect thing for you. But if these are colors that you already love, then you may be already have these same colors already from ColourPop. This Strawberry Sweet palette has 2 regular mattes, 2 regular shimmers, no mattes with glitter, and as is pretty common for these really bright, especially pink shades, the 2 brighter ones on the bottom row there are the 2 that carry that pressed pigment warning. Just FYI, trying to give you as much information as humanly possible. As I expected, this Ooh La La palette is pretty much a dead-on match for the Strawberry Sweet quad. There are some very, very subtle differences in the undertones, but overall, you are going to get the exact same eye look from these shades. Once it's actually applied to the lid, that's when, the true colors really come out. Lastly, we have this purpley palette, and once again, the 2 shades with the pigment warning are the brighter 2 on the bottom there. You'll get to see this palette in action alongside the green one, the Star Fruity one. I'm wearing these 2 paired together. This palette has 1 true matte, 1 matte with glitter, and then 2 shimmer shades on the top. And the lighter shimmer shade is a bit of a duochrome. It does have a little pink to gold shift, so I do like that addition in this palette. I'm pretty much always down for a little shifty shimmer like this. Now for the 9-pan palette comparison, I chose the Or Kid You Not palette. Probably could have done a decent comparison with the It's My Pleasure palette as well, but these 2 deeper shades are just a lot more in line with the mattes that are in the Or Kid You Not palette, so that's why I went with that one. Now, I mentioned that I was doing the Mega palette comparisons a little bit different for this round of swatches. I ended up pulling shades from Fade into Hue and the Play It Jewel palette to overall just get the closest possible dupes that I could for these, because there were 1 or 2 shades from each quad that coordinated with one or the other of those mega palettes, so that's why I went in that direction. Now that you've seen everything close up, you've seen all the swatches, let's take a look at some of these products in action. That way you can see how these actually perform when they're being applied, and I will show you how I got this look that I'm wearing today, and I'll give you some of my thoughts along the way. Instead of voicing over my tutorial, I'm going to take this opportunity to show you the products in action while I give you my thoughts on this collection overall. As far as the lip products, so the LIPPIE scrubs and the Luxe lip oils, I can kind of take them or leave them. I don't feel like they are an absolute necessity for me. The Luxe lip oils are just okay. They're not as pigmented as I would like, but I will say that these shades in particular do show up a little better than some of the recently released Luxe lip oils, and the LIPPIE scrubs are fine. They're just not really the most exciting part of any collection for me personally. I will say I think the blushes are the absolute best thing, and they are my must-have, my recommendation from this whole smoothie collection. I'm really happy to see some more colorful eyeshadow shades, but I think that these blushes are just more exciting to me personally. I like the shades, I like the finishes, I think they have the cutest packaging. Just all in all, I think those are the standouts from this collection. The eyeshadows are fine, performance-wise, color-wise, they're fine, but I do feel like the monochrome palette idea is just a little bit too done for ColourPop at this point. I do like these for spring and summer type of colors. They'll make cute, fun, colorful looks, but I wish that maybe the shades were a little bit more mixed up in a more fun, exciting way. I know that monochromatic is very visually pleasing. I know that it is very user friendly, and that they do have a customer base that is looking for something easy to use. They sell a lot of neutrals. You know, this all makes sense to me, but I just think, you know, they could have swapped out a couple of the colors, made them a little bit more funky and fun, and that might have been more inspiring to me personally. But these might be the perfect quads for somebody, the perfect little color combos for somebody, and I think that's great. It's just for me, I think the blushes are the best thing in this whole collection. I like both shades, and I wish that we got 4 blushes like we got 4 lip oils. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about this smoothie collection. Are you interested? Have you already picked anything up? Which colors are your favorites? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Was that really shady? It wasn't meant to be. It may have been accidentally shady. Sorry about that. Take this part and put it back before the thing you just said. Do you know? Hopefully editing Amanda knows what that means, because current Amanda has no idea. Crushing it. What are you talking about? Whoa, okay, what was that? Weird. Okay, at first when I put this blush on, I was like, it's too light, it's not really doing anything. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, wait, this is actually really cute. It's got this soft little natural flush. It's actually showing up a lot more in person than it does on camera. There you go. See, it's really cute. Okay. This little two-toned colorful look is so cute. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. My nails still kind of match my eyeshadow. I painted these to match Angie's palette. Go watch that video too, because I'm really excited, and this video is probably going up on the day that that palette is launching. Just gonna shout it out in a video that's not even about this. Whatever, you know. Anything goes in the bloopers. Anything goes. Not anything. Anyway, check out my cute eyeshadow one more time before I have to go. I'm so glad you're here because you're cute and cool and awesome, and I love your face, and I will see you very soon. Okay, bye!